This is the oldest recorded euphemism in human history, a name born entirely from the need to speak around a creature that was too dangerous to address directly. The weight of that ancient fear raises a question about the animal's fundamental nature. What specific biological traits made this creature feel so uniquely threatening that we had to erase its name from our vocabulary? Scientifically, we classify this family as Ursidae. This map traces the lineages of the 8 distinct species alive today, all of which share a common evolutionary path. The fossil record shows that these lineages began tens of millions of years ago with ancestors that looked nothing like the giants of today. These were small raccoon-sized mammals. Surprisingly, their closest living relatives are pinnipeds, seals, and walruses. Both groups diverged from a shared semi-aquatic. Before specializing into their respective environments, the modern bear is the result of eons of specialization, representing a highly successful ancient mammalian lineage that has conquered nearly every continent. Much of the bear's physical presence comes down to its plantigrade stance. Unlike dogs or cats which walk on their toes, bears distribute their entire weight across the foot and onto the heel. This specific skeletal configuration allows for a degree vertical balance that is extremely rare among large quadrupeds. They can sit, stand, and move with a silhouette that from a distance appears disturbingly human. That physical stature is paired with an olfactory system that is among the most sensitive in the animal kingdom, vastly outperforming even the most specialized scent dogs for an early human. Encountering an animal of this mass that could stand upright and navigate the world with invisible sensory data likely created an uncanny sense of encountering a powerful alien rival. Despite their reputation as bloodthirsty predators, most bears sustain themselves through an opportunistic, omnivorous diet consisting largely of plants, roots, and insects. Their dental evolution reflects this. While wolves have sharp, meat-slicing carnassial teeth, a bear's jaw is dominated by flat, heavy molars designed for crushing fibrous vegetation. The giant panda represents the extreme end of this spectrum. It maintains its massive body weight on a diet that is 99% bamboo. Despite possessing a digestive system that retains the genetic markers of a carnivore, the sloth bear has adapted even further for specialized feeding. It completely lacks several front teeth, using its protruding lips and long tongue like a vacuum to suck up termites. The polar bear is the lone exception to this rule. Forced into the high Arctic, it had to re-evolve sharp, carnassial-like cheek teeth to process the seal blubber at his primary source of energy. Ultimately, the bear's dominance is a result of this extreme dietary adaptability rather than pure predatory aggression. To survive in the northern latitudes, bears rely on a biological process far more aggressive than simple sleep. Hibernation is a radical metabolic shutdown that allows them to bridge the gap between foraging seasons. During this, heart rate plummets from 55 beats per minute to just 9 for 100 days. They consume nothing and pass no waste, sustaining themselves by recycling urea, an internal loop preventing muscle loss during total dormancy. This biological state is so efficient that a female bear can even give birth and nurse her cubs while remaining entirely within this cycle of suspended animation. Their success as an apex species is built on this capacity to outlast the harshest environments on the planet. The ancient power dynamic between humans and bears was permanently altered by the expansion of modern agriculture and the introduction of firearms. Once the physical threat was minimized, the bear was repurposed within our culture. It was anthropomorphized, a tool for education and public safety, like the Smokey Bear Fire Prevention Campaign. This cultural softening culminated in the creation of the teddy bear, inspired by a widely publicized event where Theodore Roosevelt refused to shoot a tethered black bear during a hunt. In just a few centuries, we have shifted the bear from an ancient object of terror to a commercial symbol of comfort. This transition in how we perceive bears obscures a darker reality. The we once feared to name is now entirely vulnerable to the expansion of our own civilization. They face severe habitat encroachment, from the melting sea ice essential for polar bear hunting to the exploitation of species within the Asian biomarket. The impact is measurable. 6 of the 8 remaining bear species are now listed as vulnerable or endangered. The ancient tribes called them the brown one because they were afraid. Today that name remains. But the fear is gone. We are now the ones responsible for the survival of this lineage, which faces a very real risk of becoming a linguistic ghost once again.